theme for the April issue of BTA's LIK magazine is Bulgaria and the World Expos. It was inspired by the ongoing World Expo in Osaka, where Bulgaria is showcasing its own Type A top-class pavilion. The issue carries an excerpt from Aleko Konstantinov's travelogue to Chicago and back, which offers an account of the author's trip to the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. Evelina Gabrovska, director of the History Museum in Aleko Konstantinov's hometown of Svishtov, also talks about other journeys completed by the writer, including his visits to the 1889 World Expo in Paris and the 1891 Expo in Prague. The magazine runs excerpts from reports by Ivan Lazarov, BTA's special correspondent at the opening of Bulgaria's pavilion in Osaka this year. These reports not only share the impressions of official attendees, but also those of some of the first visitors who were waiting in long lines to enter. Architect Maria Gospodinova, Iskren Krstev, Marin Petkov, Strahil Yordanov and Marin Dimitrov, who are part of the conceptual team behind the Bulgarian pavilion, say that visiting the pavilion is a personal experience that inspires, engages and leaves a lasting impression. In an interview for LIK, Boyko Takov, executive director of the Bulgarian Small and Medium Enterprises Promotion Agency, says that at Expo 2025, Bulgaria will be where it rightfully belongs, alongside the world powers. 55 years ago, in 1970, Bulgaria participated in the World Expo in Osaka, which at the time was covered by the BTA news services. The event resonated both in Bulgaria and Japan, with members of the Japanese imperial family being among the visitors to the Bulgarian pavilion. It was here that they tasted Bulgarian yogurt for the first time. Soon that yogurt would turn into a popular item in Japanese cuisine. In a story headlined Bulgarian yogurt from the Thracians to Mars, dairy company LB Bulgaricum tells how Bulgarian yogurt has become synonymous with Bulgaria in various countries across all continents. Engineer Ivan Popyordanov, who worked on the audio-visual part of the exhibition in 1970, reminisces about the cooperation between Bulgaria and Japan that gained new dimensions after the Bulgarian participation in Osaka. The issue also recalls the Japan tour of the Bulgarian Radio Children's Choir for Expo 1970. The talented children impressed Japanese audiences, as evidenced by both archival publications and by accounts from contemporaries. LIK presents highlights of the diplomatic and cultural relations between Bulgaria and Japan since their establishment in 1939. Over the years, various political leaders from Bulgaria have visited Japan, and members of the Japanese imperial family have been welcomed in Bulgaria. The municipality of Kazanluk, where Bulgaria's oil-bearing rose is cultivated, reports that June 2nd has been declared Rose Day in Japan in honor of the Damascene rose. LIK carries a brief history of world expositions starting in London in 1851. It also points to 3 specialized world fairs that the Bulgarian city of Plovdiv hosted in 1981, 1985 and 1991. A thematic chronology is presented, showing how world expositions have been covered in BTA's news over the decades. Some of the earliest publications are from the Paris Expo in 1900. The issue concludes with information on BTA's archives, which includes the Historical Archive, Reference Department, Photo and Video Archive and BTA Library. In 2023, BTA joined a project for digitization of museum collections, libraries and archives funded by the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. A modern digitization center was established. In February 2025, new archive storage facilities were opened at BTA. In fulfillment of its duty to protect and promote Bulgarian culture, and in keeping with the BTA Act, the news agency sends out copies of LIK's print version free of charge to approximately 320 libraries, cultural institutions, universities, government agencies and media. The electronic version is also freely accessible on the agency's website.